This week's presidential debate touched on plenty of weighty topics like nuclear weapons and international trade, but the one issue that's blown up in the press, the weight of a former pageant queen and how Trump treated her. The moment came late in Monday's first presidential debate.
Her name is Alicia Machado.
Where did you find
And as the New York Times says, now everyone knows her name. In 1996, Alicia Machado won Miss Universe, the pageant co-owned by Donald Trump. But when she started gaining weight, she claims Trump had a few choice words for her.
What were the names that he called you?
Miss Piggy, Miss Housekeeping, Miss Eating Machine.
The Clinton campaign gambled that Machado's story would outrage a lot of women, or anyone who struggled with weight problems.
The press is not going to drop this. The Clinton campaign is not going to drop it. I'm not saying it's going to dominate, but they're wrong to think that this is just another person Trump insulted and who cares.
Making matters worse, plenty of Trump's interactions with Machado were captured on video.
She weighed 118 pounds or 117 pounds, and she went up to 160 or 70. So this is somebody that likes to eat.
Trump went so far as to take her to a gym with the news media in tow.
When I talk to him, like, I don't want to do this, and he tell me, you know something, I don't care. I pay you for this, do it, and I smile.
Machado is having her say now, even while her motives have been questioned.
Why did you wait so long to denounce Donald Trump?
I was scared a lot. I feel scared now, too.
A real-life case of the beauty and the beast. Well, you know, there's been a lot of lamenting about the fact that there wasn't focus on Syria or immigration or some of the more weighty issues coming out of this debate, or some of them weren't even touched at all in the debate. But I have to say about this that it's at least something that Donald Trump has said that's outrageous, that finally has caught on, that people are finally really, truly outraged over. We've had such a long list of things. I can't even go over all of them, but I think it's something that has a universal touch to it. You know, there's a core cultural value here about weight, and it's not just about women. It's about everybody who's ever struggled with a pound or two or more, and they feel offended by it, and that's why it has caught on. I'm a little surprised it has, you know, the legs that it has. I mean, even the New York Times is writing about it again today on day 5 of this thing. So, but as Mark Heilemann and Mark Halperin said, the press is not going to drop it.
But this would have gone away rather quickly, or at least been diminished greatly, except that Donald Trump has kept it going. He's gone on and on and on with it. And in fact, early Friday morning, starting at 3:30 in the morning, he embarked on another series of tweets, just denouncing her in the most vile terms, claiming she'd been in a sex movie or something, which apparently isn't true. I mean, he's really the one who's kept this going 2 or 3 days past its natural life.
Although, let's be fair, and I'm sympathetic to her cause and issue. You know, although there's a part of me that says, somebody who enters a beauty pageant is then suddenly surprised that people are commenting on how she looks. She does, though. I mean, she's got a publicity machine behind her, which again is, you know, something that is tried and true. Joe the plumber a few years ago also tried to capitalize on campaign attention. She knew to some degree what was going to happen. There was a team of publicists that had already been placing stories about her in Cosmopolitan and The Guardian. Before the debate happened, they actually rushed their stories into production right after the Hillary Clinton moment. So, you know, she is a player in this.
Oh, yeah.
You know, with the motivation of, you know, pursuing her, you know, her issue and her political.
Yeah. But there's a difference between saying, look, the contract of this pageant stipulates you stay within this range and you're past it and you need to fix that, and saying you're Miss Piggy, you're fat, pulling her into a workout in front of a group of mostly male reporters who seemed just as interested in watching as they did in documenting it. And there's the thing people aren't talking about. He also called her Miss Housekeeping because she's Latina. Yeah. And we're all focusing on the weight because perhaps more people can identify with what it feels like to not feel comfortable in your skin, or to be called out for not feeling comfortable in your skin or not conforming to a certain standard of beauty. But I think all the talk about it is also masking some other other issues that perhaps he doesn't want us to look into, like the tax reference during the debate, like the his foreign affairs knowledge, like all these other things
Do you
that
think
weren't
he's
talked
happy
about.
to have us focus on this?
I think he leapt on it because
Yeah.
it's out of all the damaging things, it's the one that could be spun out longest while doing some damage, but maybe not as much damage as the others.
There was a CBS.com or CBSNews.com opinion piece that made the argument that the mainstream press was not looking enough into the potentially sketchy aspects of this former Miss Universe's past, that only the right-wing media was trying to dig stuff up on her, and that now that she's a public figure, that wasn't appropriate. I gotta say, I don't really buy that, because this story is not, it doesn't really matter who she was before or after Donald Trump said what he said to her. What this story is really about, as Dan said, is about his temperament and about the way he responds to this piece of criticism, the way he responded back then,
exactly
and the way
right.
he's responding now. So,
Trump is trying to make it about her past. And
no, but
her,
it's totally about
not
him. He's
about
kept
that
it alive.
at all.
And the polls, I mean, we're not a political show or a media show, but very smart move by the Clinton campaign, because you see her getting this big post-debate bounce, I think in large part because he won't shut up about this.